Today in the show, we're going to continue talking about Grant Morrison's The Doom Patrol, crawling from the wreckage. Before we get started on today's episode, I just wanted to tell you guys about Comics Amino. It's this really fun comics community app where you can post blogs, chat with people, meet new people that are into comics. It's just a lot of fun. In ways, this app reminds me of web forums from like the early 2000s, but also reminds me of Facebook as well. So it's sort of like Facebook meets web forums meets comics. It's just a lot of fun, and I really like having it on my phone. I'm already on there and you should follow me. My username is FaustSuperEffective. I've already done 2 posts, one about Tim Drake and why I like him so much, and the second one is about Avengers Age of Ultron. For all of you that don't know, I was invited to a press screening on Monday before the UK premiere. The screening was a lot of fun and I just had to share it with as many people as possible. So yes, Comics Amino, download it now. It's on the Apple App Store and on the Google Play Store. So the next issue opens up where the last issue left off, with Jane and Robot Man walking through an empty world, and there are giant bones everywhere, and wherever you look, you can see a spot where someone has been cut out of reality. The two find the Doom Patrol's old headquarters, and they find out where the Doom Patrol has moved to, so they decide to use the Doom Patrol's old plane to go to the Doom Patrol's new headquarters, but as they do so, they are attacked by the Scissormen once again. And this is where Jane transforms into this beast-like creature. This is the first time that one of Jane's personalities has transformed her physically. After Jane returns to normal, the two of them get on the plane and hightail it to the Doom Patrol's new HQ. When there, the two of them are handed the Black Book. You know, the Black Book from the end of the last issue that the guy set himself on fire for, and the only thing written in this book was Scissormen? Well, the Chief thinks there is a code hidden inside, and Crazy Jane is able to decipher this code within seconds of looking at this book, thanks to one of her personalities. The code in this book basically explains that this book is just an idea, and this idea goes into people's minds to warp reality. And the reality that the Scissormen are from is actually intersected with the Doom Patrol's reality as well, and the Scissormen want to come over to the Doom Patrol's reality to take it over to expand to their own reality. But the thing is, the Scissormen just started out as an idea, and it's the fact that they were written down that they've been able to break through into reality. The Scissormen, because of this, are both real and not real at the same time. I feel like this is a bit of a message of destruction. Grant Morrison always says that all things start as an idea. For example, the bomb. Before the bomb was a bomb, it was an idea. Someone had to write that down to create this device of mass destruction. If that person never wrote the idea of the bomb down, we might not have as much war and destruction that we have today. But because this device of destruction was created purely for destruction, we have a lot of destruction today. So if you have the ability to create something new, if you have the ability to imagine something that's not in this world at the moment, and it's destructive, stop thinking about it and use that ability to think of something else that could help progress humanity into our next stage. So it turns out that the negative spirit actually has one of the Scissormen held restrained, and the Chief is like, right, all of you watch this Scissorman. I'm going to track down whoever created this Black Book to try and figure out how to stop these Scissormen. Naturally, later on, Robot Man and Josh would encounter the Scissormen, and Josh would be cut out of reality. Jane, the negative spirit, and Robot Man decide that they're going to go and get Josh back. So they open up the doors and see it's the 3 of them versus a horde of Scissormen, and their only reaction is, let's go. And naturally, it would be seconds before they were cut out of reality. The 3 would arrive in the reality of Orquith, the Scissormen's home, and they would be quick to find Josh, but he is not himself at all. He is a shell of a person. But there are a lot of Scissormen in this reality, so it won't be long before the 3 of them are attacked. Fortunately, Jane is able to teleport the 3 of them away. Meanwhile, back with the Chief, he has actually been able to track down one of the people that created the Black Book, and this man refuses to take a cripple seriously, so the chief shoots this man in the leg, so now they're both cripples. Back with the Doom Patrol, the negative spirit has been able to rip thoughts right from the mind of a scissor man, and the three of them have Mama Pentecost, another one of Jane's personalities, translate the thoughts for all three of them. And whatever these thoughts are, they are crucial information and could save the day. Back with the chief, he found out how the scissormen were created, how they fell into reality. Inside the book, there was something written. Why is there something instead of nothing? And this brought life to the scissormen. This allowed them to cross from fiction into reality. And the only way to stop the scissormen is to make one of their leaders face their own unreality. And after this, Orquith will cease to exist. Simultaneously, our protagonists were able to figure out this exact same thing, and they know exactly who to say it to, one of the two main priests of Orquith. But the only thing is, the cathedral they're in is protected by about 100 scissormen. So the negative spirit would go off to do the main job while Jane and Robot Man do all of the dirty work. And actually in this fight, Jane's head turns into a star that could shoot fireballs, and this was actually the inspiration for Grant Morrison's character Zorn, who was a mutant in his run on the X-Men, who had a star for a head. Before the fight is over though, Jane's personalities switch again, and she becomes Spinning Jenny, a personality that is prone to panic attacks and can't do much else, but fortunately she is soon to switch again, but for a while Robot Man was fighting the scissormen on his own. The negative spirit faces the two priests, says to them, why is there something instead of nothing, and then Orquith ceases to exist in a flash of light. Simultaneously as this happened, the strange events around the world stop happening, and Jane and Robot Man agree to join the Doom Patrol as fully fledged members. I feel like there was a lot going on in those second and third issues. First off, I feel like it was a really meta thing, how these comic book characters are being cut out of reality, because a comic book character can be cut out of reality just like that. There will be a gap in a page where they are. So it was a very, very meta thing, and how characters from another comic could essentially take over this comic. We actually did see that back in the 70s, I think. There was Superboy, then Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes, Superboy starring the Legion of Superheroes, and then it became just the Legion of Superheroes. So essentially, the Legion of Superheroes cut Superboy out of his own title. I also feel like it was a statement on destructive ideas and how humanity should try and find our next stage in evolution as soon as possible. Because we're at a really weird stage of evolution. Our minds are further ahead than our bodies, so we need to get our bodies caught up with our minds. Grant Morrison and many others believe that superheroes are the last good idea that humanity is ever going to have, and we should try and bring them into our reality. And I feel like the whole run on the Doom Patrol that he did was a statement for that, how we should try and bring superheroes into our reality, and if they do ever come, yes, they will be different, and it shows the dangers of shunning them because they are different. Okay guys, that is it for today. So what did you think of this run on the Doom Patrol? Please let me know in the comments down below. And also don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more history videos. And also don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, support the show by checking out my Patreon so I can make bigger and better and more history videos. And also don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, my vlogging channel, and follow me on Twitch. My name is Faust, this has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.